You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
Talk about it with her.
That is exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's got to spill the beans himself.
Communicate.
Say, hey, I'm starting to think that this is more than just friendly. What are your feelings about this?
No,
Let's do a
don't
little.
say that. How
Yeah,
about
what
you
are your
say,
feelings?
I'm so fucking sexually turned on by you.
Oh, Jesus.
I can barely contain myself.
It's uncomfortable to talk about sex, but sometimes it's important to get uncomfortable. Sex Talk with My Mom is the best mom-son podcast about sex.
It's the only one as well.
My mother is a cougar.
My son is a clown.
In a nutshell, my dad died, so my mother decided to create a YouTube channel all about sex, like all mothers do.
And then my son decides to use my material in his stand-up comedy routines.
And thus, Sex Talk with My Mom was born. Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
We are chatting about sex on a weekly basis for your entertainment and awkward amusement.
That's damn straight, Cam.
I woke up last night in incredible fear, in a cold sweat, actually.
What time was this?
This is about 5:28 a.m.
Okay.
I woke up and I was convinced that the dessert I had made for you and the family last night was completely contaminated with coronavirus because I had licked the ladle that I was using to actually create. Actually, it was a spatula. I licked a spatula and then reused it to make the peanut butter base 3 days ago, and I didn't expect it to use it in the dessert, and then I fed it to you.
Why didn't you wash it?
I didn't think I was going to be sharing my peanut butter with anyone.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Yeah.
Are you concerned?
I'm so not concerned, but I had an equally concerning moment.
What?
Mine was a little later. Yours was 5:30?
Yeah.
Mine was at 3. Actually, it was 2 hours earlier. 3:30, I woke up in a panic thinking, why did I eat the stuff that fell on the floor? We ordered in takeout. Mine fell on the floor.
I guess that's a bigger concern, that
I
mom
just-
is literally eating off the floor of her shared roof.
Yeah, I'm on the rooftop. I had some vegan food. It was so good, and I picked the plate up, and all the food slid off the plate onto the floor. And Gus and I were fighting over who could grab it first. Gus, the multi-poo.
Yeah.
Gus was grabbing a ton of it. I just took a whole hunk in my hand and put it on my plate, and then I thought,
then kept eating it.
well, I should eat it because it really didn't touch the ground, but at the bottom part touched the ground. But basically,
so
it was
repulsive.
and so I don't know why that 1.5 glass of wine could have initiated that.
Yeah, you go, oh, I don't know why this would happen. I just had 1 or 2 sips of wine. Now it's 1.5 glasses of wine.
It was a copious amount of wine. I don't know why.
Speaking of veganism, I'm almost there. I'm ready to join the crew.
What happened? What happened that made you a vegan?
I started thinking about the little animals dying, and
All
I
right,
said,
I am an animal lover too, but enough with that, okay? You
"What do you mean enough with that?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Why is suddenly chickens are okay for you to kill?
They're not the brightest.
They're not the brightest.
And
How do you know how bright a fucking chicken is?
I'm actually getting sick of chicken. I'm just it's every meal. I'm sick of chicken. It's just I can't handle chicken any longer.
Maybe you should do vegan.
I'm sick of eating.
What?
I don't know.
You're sick of eating his homemade cuisine.
I think I'm not
This
like
is the truth.
I think the truth is that I am a social eater and I enjoy the ambience more than the actual food. So by not being able to go out to restaurants anymore, it puts me in a very depressed state. So when I'm eating my food, yeah, it tastes good, but it's not the food that I like as much as the whole experience of eating. I like to look around at what my neighbors are talking about.
I will tell our listeners, when my mother's at a restaurant, you get about 10% of her attention because she is just, her radar is up, as my father used to say.
Yeah, he did. I almost said that. He used to say to me, "Oh, her radar's up," and
What are you looking for? Are you looking for
find
someone who shit their pants at the table next to you?
people fascinating. I am intrigued by conversations. I like to watch. I like to talk to the.
You're intrigued by all the
servers.
conversations that you're not currently engaging in.
Yes, I like to watch. Do you remember the one time me and you, we were out to lunch somewhere, and or maybe it was dinner. It could have been the Italian restaurant, Francesca's North in Northbrook, and we saw this couple that were like all over each other. Remember? And you decided to ask them if they were in love?
Yeah, you dared me.
I know.
I said they're in love, and you said, I dare you won't do that. You won't go ask them.
And you
And
did.
I did. That was an awkward ass question.
That
Because
was
what
the
if they weren't fucking in love?
It was the
What if they
start
were
of
just two
it
coworkers?
was the start of this podcast, Cam.
Speaking of which, I want to bring up a wonderful email that we got from a listener. You ready for
Okay?
this, Mother?
Yeah.
Hey, Cam and Karen Lee. Jay here, 27-year-old male, Sagittarius, and I absolutely love the podcast. What do you know about Sagittarius, Mother?
Sagittarians are fun-loving. They stick their foot in their mouth.
I absolutely love the podcast. You two are both so hilarious, and what you're doing is very important. Thank you very much, Jay. A lot of love there.
Especially when they say we're hilarious. We're just so fucking hilarious.
So I'm looking for some advice about a precarious sexual situation. I thought, who better to ask than my favorite sex bird, cougar, and Buddhist clown duo?
I love it.
About 5 months ago, I moved into a place with two new roommates, about 3 weeks before quarantine started. Okay. We all had worked together for about a half a year before deciding to be roommates, so we were all somewhat well acquainted. My male roommate soon moved out so he could quarantine with his family, leaving myself and my female roommate alone in the new place. Oh boy. Before moving in together, I kind of had a small crush on my female roommate, but never pursued it further because I assumed she was only interested in women, and feelings for her quickly faded. Talk about the story of my life. I'm constantly falling in love with women who like other women. I had the sense that we could be really good friends and was excited at the prospect of a new friendship emerging. Since then, we've bonded a lot during quarantine and have become the best of friends, but my feelings for her started coming back and have only gotten stronger. I think I might be falling in love with her. Holy fuck. Love in the time of Corona. I've since learned that she is not strictly gay, but rather more on the bisexual side of the spectrum. I guess that's why one should be open with people and never just assume anything. We're halfway through the lease, and I'm starting to drive myself crazy with my feelings for her. I've gotten some serious vibes from her, but no direct signals. We're both very empathic, and at times can feel the other's emotions, but are both too scared to risk ruining our friendship or living situation. Lately, the tension has been building up so much that we're always looking for excuses to hug each other and as long and closely as possible. Many nights when we hug each other goodnight after a movie, we just end up cuddling and stroking each other's hair for about a minute until I have to pull myself away because I'm worried I might kiss her if the tension builds anymore. I have no idea what to do about this. I really feel if we gave a relationship a try, it could be a very good one, both physically and emotionally. But there's still 6 months left on our lease. All of our friends are mutual, so I can't ask them for advice without worrying they may spill the beans. It's driving me crazy, and I feel like if I keep ignoring it, it may become problematic in our relationship. Also, there's a chance that this is just all in my head, and I don't want her to think I was only being her best friend to try and get in her pants. But the feelings won't go away, and any advice you could give me would be greatly appreciated. I love you both. I listen every night and would love to see your own show on TV someday.
Ooh.
This is very, very sweet. Thank you, Jay.
You-
Wow.
Well, you forgot from one sneaky freak to another.
From one sneaky freak to another. Now,
Mm.
I feel like I'm on the emotional journey with you. I could
It
see
sounded
myself.
like when you were reading it, like yeah, you were very like engaged in that. I mean, it was like you were talking. He was speaking your language.
When this email came through, I was moved emotionally, physically, sexually.
I don't know what you're
I
doing,
started getting all
masturbating?
flustered. Started getting flustered on Jay's behalf. Could you imagine the sexual tension going on? They
Yeah,
live together.
because
They're in
it's called the
quarantine.
one Harry met Sally phenomena. I made that.
What?
You know, can men and women truly be just friends without any sex?
Yes, they can. We've talked about this
No,
millions of goddamn
I
times.
don't think so. I say, what's the problem there? What is the fucking problem? What's the problem?
What do you mean? What's the problem?
First of all, she's bisexual, so maybe this is the bi time. This is the man, the hetero time. Bisexual, meaning she goes either way. So it's
Right.
more about who her feelings are. And if they're having these feelings of hugging each other constantly, just go ahead and talk about it with her.
That is exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's got to spill the beans himself. Say, hey,
Communicate.
I'm starting to think that this is more than just friendly. What are your feelings about this?
No,
Let's do a
don't
little.
say that. How
Yeah,
about
what are
you
your
say,
feelings?
I'm so fucking sexually turned on by you.
Oh,
I can
Jesus.
barely contain myself.
Because what if she doesn't feel that,
If
and
you
then
don't
he's
feel
stuck in
that,
a
if
6
you don't
months
feel,
lease with her?
so what? So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very turned on by you. What's the worst that happens? That she feels like, and any woman is gonna feel like that's a compliment.
You don't think there's a part say she's repulsed by him.
Then she wouldn't be hugging him constantly. You
That's
don't
true
hug
too.
a repulsive person.
Someone once told me when I was very young, if a girl talks to you for more than 10 seconds, she likes you.
That's who did which one of your
I don't know.
imbecile friends told you that?
Someone when I was in, like, in middle school told me this, and it's kinda stuck with me. It kinda is it seems to be right some
Yeah,
of the
you
time.
don't just go hugging constantly, looking
You
for
don't especially with the fucking they're stroking and cuddling each other's
yeah.
hair. I the image is just is so palpable.
Let's go with the worst case scenario.
Okay.
He spills the beans. He goes, I'm very attracted to you, and if you don't feel the same way about me, I understand."
The
And
disclaimer. So
the
the disclaimer
disclaimer,
is a great call.
yeah, and I understand, and we'll go back to the way it was, and I'll feel like a complete moron, but it's okay. No, and then what happens? She says, first of all, she says, "Yeah, I feel the same way, but I don't want it to affect our friendship." And then you say, well, let's make a rule right now, and no matter what, we're always going to be friends. How's that? And then if that doesn't
It
work,
might
and
not be true because I can imagine it might be painful for him to experience a rejection if she says, "Yeah, honestly, I'm not that. I don't feel the same way." They're not
y-
going to go back to cuddling and stroking each other as friends. She knows that. He knows that. I think
and
it's fine to,
you
but
know
I think
what? I say
it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you just go for it. Go
I
for it.
agree.
Go for
Jay,
it, you
go for it.
Sagittarius, you.
Jay, just fucking put your foot in your mouth. Just fucking go right for the gut.
You know,
I don't know what that
sometimes
is.
what's the other one, Wayne Gretzky? You're gonna miss every shot you don't take. Just take the fucking shot and do it.
Yeah.
You'll never
And
know
then
otherwise. And maybe
worst
she's
case
waiting around.
scenario,
Maybe she's waiting for this
it
situation.
sounds like she is. How do you not? It's very rare
And
that
by the way, what's
she's
with
not going
her?
to sense that.
How come he didn't tell us what her zodiac sign was? Huh?
All right, Jay, get back to us on what you choose to do and what her zodiac sign is, for the
Thank
love
you,
of
Jay.
God.
Because God, you gave me half of the problem. You didn't give me the other half.
We got some more listener questions here, unless you wanted to get back to your life updates. Did you have
I
anything
want
you wanted to
to,
update
yeah,
on?
I want to life update this.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Oh God, the fucking TikTok. What is
Well,
it? TikTok podcast?
if there's not another reason for me to hate Donald Trump, he's announced that in 45 days he's going to ban TikTok because it's a Chinese owned company. This is the only thing that's been giving me pleasure. Okay, I
I
like.
thought Microsoft was going to buy it out.
Okay, but the point is, right now it's nothing has been declared yet formally.
It, it's
But the
unbelievable. They
point
give a
is,
45-day warning.
all right, I like TikTok, even though there's a few little problems that I've noticed, and I've made a stand. I'm taking a stance on this. I have videos that I put out. It takes no effort to put these videos out. The more effort I put in, the least amount of views I get.
Jesus, I hate that.
Okay, but the least amount. It's kind of like I'm going on intuition. This is going to be a good funny video. So I did this one calling all cougars, where I took a pool noodle, that you use to
Yeah,
swim
we
with. And
talked about this.
okay, it's got up to 40,000 views. Blah 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 blah. There's a few little comments there that I don't like.
This is
Like,
why are
this
you
is
even reading the
calling all
comments?
grannies. No, I'm just saying.
Someone
So
said calling all
yeah,
grannies.
I wasn't happy with that at all.
Fuck them.
Yeah. So you know what I decided? This is my page. This is my TikTok page. Okay.
Oh,
And I made a little announcement to my TikTokers. You write a negative comment, you will be blocked. How's that?
oh, fucking dropping the
There's
hammer.
no reason need to leave. And I also made a comment to someone else who told me I was not a good dancer, that I didn't
Oh,
think that was a very kind thing to say. And I don't think they're very funny. And as far as I'm concerned, they're black too. All right.
wow.
No
Just dropping
negativity
the
on
hammer
my
on all these fucking haters.
hate. If there's any, okay. And in fairness, they are 95% lovers.
Yeah, I'm sure. What are these comments? Oh, you beautiful body, beautiful,
Yeah, I like all
beautiful
that shit.
lady.
I like that.
You like that shit? Is that why you do these videos?
No, not really.
Come on.
No, I'm doing it because I want to get to like 100,000 followers. And once I get there, then I can start doing advertising and making a statement about older women not being desirable. There you go. It's all about changing the perception of older people, especially older women.
Did you come up with this idea to justify your behavior right now, or is that something you truly believe?
Truly believe.
Wow.
Another thing I want
I
to
like that a lot, actually.
thank you. I truly believe it. I mean, enough with people having an expiration date for sexiness.
I completely agree. I
Thank
just
you.
listened to a Tai Chi master last night explaining how every day that he does Tai Chi is a completely new day that he's doing it. It's never the same. It's a completely new routine. And he says the people that he trains, he says like a year ago, they've trained with me, they'll come back and they'll say, what's going on? Your routine is completely different. And he says, oh, you're still doing the old routine? You've stopped living. You've stopped growing and developing. This guy's 82 years old.
Are you equating my TikTok videos to this guy's Tai Chi?
I think that your TikTok videos are the Tai Chi of
Ah.
TikTok.
Well, it's interesting because I am getting some pushback from some of my friends who are my age who don't get why I'm doing this or makes them feel uncomfortable. They're the same friends that do not have open relation they don't have an open conversation with their kids about sex or weed or anything, you
Hmm.
know?
What are they saying?
The kids say, "I know you've tried marijuana," and they're like, "No, I've never tried it," that kind of stuff, which
What are
is
they
a
saying to you?
bold-faced lie. They're saying that, "Oh, I saw you do a dance with the pool noodle, and it looked like a penis, and what do your kids say about that?" So there was like I said, you know what my answer to that was? "I gotta go." Yeah, "I gotta go. It's time for me to hang up the phone." Okay, that was a
Did they
loaded
did
question there.
did they
That was not a pure curiosity question. That was like,
a
a
judgmental
lot of
question?
judgmental Judy questions.
Get that out of here.
"Get the fuck out
I
of
was
here. I
thinking
gotta
about
go."
this morning. I was thinking about so as you guys know, we're working hard to make our TV show uh, out of this podcast. We're taking our best clips from the podcast, we're animating them and making an animated TV show. And I started thinking, if this actually when this actually happens, am I going to be comfortable? Like some of the clips that we've been cutting are very vulnerable.
Well, yeah, and one of
The,
them was regarding my father's death,
yeah,
in which you called him almost comatose.
I was feeling very bad about this over the weekend. Was I too cavalier about talking when I talking about his?
No, you're stating the obvious.
Yeah, I did say I was just being very
Blunt.
flippant about his dying.
I think he would have gotten a kick out of it,
Okay.
and honestly, it was just a one-year anniversary of his death, actually, I just realized the other
Mm-hmm.
day, and it did that year flew by fast,
I know,
and he
but
was a doctor, and I would have loved to have heard of what he had to say about this coronavirus because he was always one to never wanna shake your hand even if you, before this whole thing, so he was before his time.
Mom, you know how they say don't sniff glue all the time?
Yes?
Did they also tell you not to sniff deodorant all the time?
Have you been sniffing your native deodorant?
I have been sniffing my native deodorant. I have the eucalyptus and mint, and it's just freaking phenomenal smelling. I don't think I know of a better scent.
Well, then try the coconut and vanilla because I love that one.
Did you finally use deodorant, Mother?
I started using it because this doesn't even feel like deodorant, it just feels like protection.
It's because it's not a normal deodorant. Most deodorant has aluminum, parabens, talc in it. Not this stuff. Native only has ingredients you've heard of, like coconut oil, shea butter, and tapioca starch. It's also vegan, so you're not killing all these animals just to keep your pits smelling clean. This is the best deodorant out there. Right now, you can get 20% off your first order just by going to Native Deo. That's nativedeo.com/mom. You could just use code MOM at checkout as well. You'll get 20% off your first order. Podcasts are, people listen to it alone. It feels more intimate. We don't get to see you, so we're able to convey more without seeing any negative reactions, right?
Right?
For the
And that
most part.
yeah.
However, with a TV show, it could be, it could get to the size and something about seeing the visuals of your own voice animated is going to be very showing. It's going to be like we're kind of naked on screen.
Exactly. That's what I like about it.
I think it's a worthwhile endeavor. It doesn't. I'm not like thrilled about it, but I think it can encourage people to have more openness about themselves and others.
And I like the fact that it encourages people to laugh.
Yeah, and it can encourage people to laugh. That is true.
I mean, when I'm doing these TikTok videos, I'm not really doing them to show off my expertise at dancing. Because if I was, I would be flunked out. I'd
Flunked
be
from
flunked off.
TikTok.
I'd be kicked off at TikTok for really bad dancing. But I do it on purpose because I think it's fun to make. I've always, even as a kid, I always thought it was fun to make fun of myself. Don't take yourself so seriously. I mean, does it
Mother.
really matter if you call it a vagina or a vulva? No.
Where does that come from? What is
I,
it? Where does that comment come from?
I don't know. I just saw something down here on my notes, and it said I had just had a thought while in the shower. Is there a difference in getting off and an orgasm in vulva owners? And I'm like, who the hell says vulva owners?
Mom,
Just
that's a
say,
common thing these
I
days.
know, just say vagina, or pussy or something like that. Speaking of which, never mind. I was going to tell you about something, but I'm not going to go there.
Wow, was that just a self-censoring?
Well, it was a product I'm thinking of marketing, so I'll just wait
This
on
is like
that.
a free ad that you're just.
No, I'm thinking about the sneaky freaks though. That I did do a TikTok video singing. He's this super freaks instead of wait. It's supposed to be
Sneaky freaks, sneaky
sneaky freak.
freaks, they're
Yeah,
sneaky
yeah. I'm wearing my sneaky
freaky.
freak T-shirt.
Oh, I
So if
like
you guys
that.
want to get a sneaky freak T-shirt, and so you can dance around on a TikTok video to "Your girl's a sneaky freak," go to our website. Get your
Sextalkwithmymom.com.
merch.
Yeah, we also got new face masks there. How cool is that?
I think it's totally cool, and I want one or two.
I might get one of those as well.
We gotta get our sneaky freak face mask.
So
That's behind the mask is a freak.
I wanted to share some questions for our listeners. How does
Okay.
one get over discovering the new partner has had an exponentially higher number of past sexual partners?
I love this question. I saw this. I love this.
I feel a couple like that will value their sex together a little differently. Huge fan of the show, though your latest shows seem to be more banter between you two, whereas your older episodes had topics and guests. Thanks a bunch.
All right. What the fuck is that? That comment there was very much like the comment about my TikTok videos. There's an underlying statement there.
Yeah, that they
Did you
prefer when we have guests and
apparently
a topic.
a topic? I'm sorry. This is not a news station. Okay. I am not your role model.
What does that mean?
Your dad used to say that to you when you were kids.
I know, but what is that?
I'm not a sex expert. I try to be it, and I mean, I know more than most, but and I'd rather just
Yeah, but
be
this
more
person wants
real
topics like cream pies. Like,
Eh,
why can't we just talk about cream pies for a fucking episode?
because
And
we've
then
talked
we bring on the cream
honestly
pie person.
because we had 350 episodes, and if you want to find out about any topics, we've delved into every one of them in depth with many porn stars, sexologists, and general friends of ours.
I would like to hear our sneaky freaks thought though, and we are taking a new. Yeah, we're not taking as many guests on the show. You're absolutely right, and we're also using this time to really just flesh out as vulnerable of a conversation between Mom and I as possible.
Exactly.
If you're into that, please, if you're into it or if you're not into it, wherever you stand on the spectrum, please let us know your thoughts because the feedback is helpful.
Text us.
Text us. You got that number? Mom?
No, no, I don't have.
Text us what?
Text us.
No, just text us.
Text us in Texas. All right.
310
You got it? Okay.
356 3920. It's the first line of our episode description. You can't miss it. 310 356 3920. And you will also be entered next time we have a giveaway into our giveaway. How do you like that?
Right. We already had 2 winners, and we're going to be adding more to the winning category there. So anyway, can I answer the question?
Yeah, Mother. Can you
I-
summarize it?
The question was basically and again, he or she, and did the person leave a name?
I don't think so.
All right. He or she didn't leave a name. But
Oh, it was he.
So he was saying that he has more partners or she has more partners, or it really doesn't matter.
He has more partners.
Okay. To
I,
me,
I'm sorry. Sorry, I really. She has more partners, and he doesn't know how to feel about it.
all right, I answered this question actually already. I had answered it, and I'll just read what I answered because I stand by it. I find it a turn on that my partner had other lovers before me. I also think past experiences on either part can help expand your current sex toolbox. Why would it be a problem? I don't know. Why would
Wow.
it be a problem?
I don't know why it would be a problem. I
Unless
I
you're
was ready to get in
insecure.
I was ready to get into a relationship with fucking Riley Reid over here.
Porn star to the most iconic porn star of the day.
I mean, I mean, if necessary, I'll be in a relationship with her. Although she does seem like a little kooky.
Okay, I don't see her asking you out, so I don't think it's a big issue.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
When it happens, then you can make a decision.
All right. Thank you, Mother. Thank you for that fucking vote of confidence over here. By the way, I've completely given up on my appearance these days.
That is
I don't know
obvious
what's
too.
happened. That's
You-
obvious.
You look like a cross between Jesus and Charles Manson.
Those are two actually quite charismatic leaders.
So that's a compliment.
Kind of. I don't think you meant it as a compliment.
Yeah, I did. Jesus is a very good looking man.
I sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like,
Charles
wow.
Manson, not so much, but Jesus, yes.
I look in the mirror and I say, why do I look like that?
Well, one thing is because you don't wash your hair.
I do wash my hair.
Not often enough.
Yeah, maybe that could be true.
Another thing is you've decided you don't need to comb it or cut it.
I can't. Every time I comb it, I lose half a head of hair.
So you just
So I
don't
can't do it. Yeah.
Same. That's well. Right now it looks really good.
Thank you. This is what happens when I shower
when you wash
yesterday,
it.
and I don't cut, comb it. Anyway, do you have any more feelings about for the guy who? So then the guy responds saying, "Many women feel the same way that you do, Karen Lee. I think it's a guy thing, and women like to have more details, whereas guys do not. I think it's the idea that so many other guys have gotten to experience this person they really care about. So
What's wrong with that?
basically, I know. Again, I don't know because Riley Reid obviously has sex with a lot of people, and probably would be having sex in our relationship a lot, and I think I'd still be okay with it.
Well, it's funny that
I honestly don't give a flying fuck as long as I'm not getting any diseases.
Speaking of mom's news, mom's news, mom's news.
Mom's nose.
This is on the Metro, which
What do you
I
mean
think
on the Metro?
it's a Metro newspaper.
Okay.
I'm not sure where it's from. It doesn't really
Probably
matter.
the UK, the Metro UK. I think.
Okay. Doesn't really matter because, as I said before, I don't take myself too
Seriously?
seriously. Yeah, where I was
Jesus
getting, I don't
Christ.
take myself personally either. I'm not taking anything personally, nor am I taking anything seriously.
You're not taking anything.
I'm taking nothing. I'm just gonna say this: wife wants divorce after 7 hours sex. Now,
Is that the headline?
it starts with 11 p.m. They had started having sex. They kept having sex until their water break was at 3 a.m. and they resumed till 7 a.m. Now, let me just say something. I couldn't take it. I would have to go to the hospital after that.
I did go to the hospital after doing
I
something.
I forgot this happened to you.
Yeah.
Did you ask for a divorce?
No, I asked her if I could sleep in a different bed. I slept in my roommate's bed then. I had a wounded fucking ball sack. Okay, go on.
That's the end of the story.
What do you mean? It's just a headline?
It was just
That's mom's news?
It was mom's news. That was put your funny bone to the test. Wife wants a divorce after 7 hours of sex.
What do you
I
think
just thought
happened there?
we discussed whether or not, that would be so annoying. Okay. I mean,
But on whose end?
I've talked to various porn stars. Nobody likes that long. At the most, they usually have 45 minutes of sex. That's it.
Everything becomes
and I gotta tell
numb.
you, 45 minutes is a lot too, especially as you get to be my age and you have ADD. The need to have these marathon sex just seems to have melted away.
I agree. That's why I keep mine to about 2 minutes.
You'll
2
never have.
minutes,
Nobody
you
will
save
file for
more for
divorce from you.
yeah, there's always something to come back for, you know? It's
I
like
think a
visiting
lot to
someplace.
okay, and this operative word here is wife. I think that's another issue. You know, you could have more of a marathon type sex if it's a new person, but if it's a person you've been with for the last 20 years, it's like, come on, 7
This
hours of sex?
No, this is what I'm picturing, though. I'm picturing they just got married.
No.
They're in the bridal suite
Why are you picturing that where did it indicate that they just got married?
in the Metro UK.
They didn't say that the marriage is being annulled, which would mean that it's less than like 24 hours. They said divorce. That means it's longer than 24 hours. So I
So
don't think they just got
they
married.
just went overboard, and now they want a divorce.
It wasn't they. Wife wants divorce.
Oh, so he went overboard. Sounds
He,
like
wa-
this
he
one might not have been so consensual.
You know, I remember when Viagra first came out and I was married to your dad, and I was thinking, who the fuck wants him to have Viagra? He wants to have sex all the time. Can you imagine if he had that Viagra all the time? I would never be left alone. I'd be running around the house, having him chase after me.
Oh my god. Did Dan ever have to use Viagra?
Are you kidding? I just explained to you. First of all, when he died, he was only 48 years old. So usually by that point, they don't need to use Viagra. It's your testosterone really starts dropping, I think, after that. But I mean, maybe he had excess testosterone. I have no idea. Well, whatever. He never used Viagra. If he
Hmm.
did, I'd be like this woman wanting a divorce after 7 hours of sex because it would never end.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If the woman takes Viagra and the man takes Viagra and it works the same way, that's fine. But if a woman is not taking the Viagra and the man's taking the Viagra, that's a one-way ship to divorce.
How about Andrea's question about is this is the shower thought? Is there a difference in getting off and an orgasm in vulva owners? What do you think?
Getting off and an orgasm.
Yeah, for women or for vulva owners.
Getting off and an orgasm.
What's the difference? Can you
Well, you
get
can
off
get
without
off.
having an
I guess
orgasm?
you can get off in a sense of it being exciting. Do you consider it getting off and having an orgasm difference in men?
No, I think they're pretty one and the same.
So it's probably the same. Just
But that
remember,
but
the clit is a mini penis. So it's the same thing.
but you always tell me that the woman doesn't always or the vulva owner doesn't always need to orgasm
Yes, they do. I
to
mean, not they
enjoy
don't need
sex.
to. Well, the same with a man.
That's true.
I mean, you walk around with blue balls maybe, but then
Yeah, it's nicer. It seems nicer. It
it's
seems nicer.
nicer. I'm glad it's nicer for you to have an
It's
orgasm.
yeah,
I'm
it's
just
nicer
saying
than
that
not having an orgasm.
sometimes, since women take a little bit longer, sometimes it's like you're all right, enough already. It's not going to happen. Let's just forget about it. But that could happen with men.
Yeah.
I think there's
Um.
no difference. It's just a terminology. End of
Oh,
story.
okay. Thank you for that.
Can we read what Raylene has to say?
Sure.
Hey, Karen and Cam. I was having a shitty week, so I started listening to some episodes for a second time around. Oh my God. Thank you, Raylene. When Cam said Karen's cooking was like a Corolla or a Yaris, I spit out my drink and screamed laughing. It made my day that much better. Thanks, Raylene, for understanding that I am one of the least. You know what? I'm not even a bad cook. That's not what it is. Because when you guys were young, I used to cook decent meals that tasted good because that was what I was doing. That was my job as a cook.
As
Now
cook,
I have no attention span for it. Well, so what? There's a lot more distractions for someone
I
with
had to
ADD.
feed you last night. I had to feed you. I ordered the food. I picked up the food. Granted, you paid for the food, but
That's the
then
most important part. I paid for it.
we made first. I put food. You said, "Please, put the food on on my plate." So I put the
Which I
food on your
found.
plate. You pour the food on the floor. Take the food with your bare hands. You start eating off the floor. Then I look over and we are eating rice with curry sauce. I look at your plate. You just have a ball of rice on it, and you're eating it plain without the curry sauce. And I said, "What the fuck? You're supposed to put the rice in the bowl, put the curry sauce on top of the rice. I had to do it for you."
What would be the explanation of this?
I think you're going back into your I would say like
Infantile state?
toddler state. Yeah. By the way,
What?
this is unfucking believable. This is and we're gonna have to end on this shit. I meditate for an hour every fucking morning, as you can tell by my tone.
Your calm demeanor?
I wake up at fucking 6:40 a.m. to meditate because that's what before fucking work.
What time are you going to bed? I mean, the 6:40 is early.
I aim for 9:40, and then of course it's midnight. So anyway, I go to bed at I wake up at 6:40, start the 7 o'clock meditation without fail. This fucking shithead little fucking 2-month-old, whatever the fuck this shit is, that lives next to me, is crying so loudly. It's like, and I don't think the parents even care. The parents are taking the baby outside.
Parents don't hear their own kids crying.
Why are they? They're outside with the kid. They're not telling it to. They're not trying to.
What are you even telling
it?
First of all, like you're acting like it's like some sort of like an object.
What? Do something. Bring it in the house. Why? It's outside.
Bring
it's 7
it
a.m.
in the house.
Bring it in the house. It's 7 a.m. All your neighbors are sleeping. Why are you out of the fucking window? How am I supposed to meditate with that shit going on?
What did you tell these about meditation?
I know, but an hour of listening to a baby cry makes me want to rip my hair out that is already falling out, and to never have a child.
I'm never going to be a grandparent, I could see. Anyway, there's not a lot you can do when a kid's crying except feed him and change a diaper and walk around the block with it. It's. I know people could go for hour-long rides in the car and
take it around the block.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Now, see, you were not that kind
outside my fucking window.
You were not that kind of kid. You were like, if you were tired, you didn't even cry. You just like put your head down and went to sleep.
That's what I'm saying.
So maybe you had this meditative. You were an infant Buddha.
I still am an infantile Buddha. So
we have a review to read, by the way.
Oh, you want to read it?
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, for all the people that have left us reviews. Wherever you're listening to this, it helps us when you leave us reviews. So please do so. If you need help leaving a review and where to do it, just go to ratethispodcast.com/mom. It really helps us out. And Mom, go for it.
This is an awesome and funny podcast that I would recommend to anyone. I always love the two of you talking openly about sex and also sharing your experiences. Hear that to the Sagittarius?
No, it wasn't the Sagittarius.
Oh. Who was it?
We kept the other guy anonymous.
Hear that, anonymous? You also bring me a lot of laughter during this pandemic. Basically, we bring them laughter during the pandemic. What are your feelings about Libras? Well, obviously, I love Libras.
You are a Libra.
Because I am a Libra. So that was a great, fucking phenomenal review. I love it. Thank you for that.
That's from AJ, the Libra. Assuming that person's a Libra. Yeah. Thank you, AJ. And a huge, huge thank you to our new patron, Christy. You are the sneakiest little freak. Thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate you joining the family over there.
And any of the past patrons that we neglected to take note of, because sometimes we get lost as to who comes and who goes. So
yes.
we do thank all our patrons. We've been putting up special stuff just for patrons now, behind the scenes stuff. Me and Cam dancing like fools. Good stuff. Join the Patreon club at patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom.
We also have our patron hangout coming up. I'm fucking stoked.
Oh, boy.
You don't want to miss out. We all Zoom together. You get to meet the other sneaky freaks. It's a fucking wild
pets.
time.
That's my favorite part.
It's really fun. It's happening on Wednesday, August 19th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Join our Patreon page before that so you don't miss out on this very fun time. And Mother, do you want to sing them out?
Sure. And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having fun with my little Cammy.
Oh, you had fun today?
Yeah.
Oh, me too. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for listening.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.